People, welcome to Newspaper Breakdown. I hope we are all fine. I've had to reheat my tea in the microwave, which tells you how well it's all going for me. A shorter one today, 5 stories, interesting stories, but I'm not going deep in it. Something different, so it should be quite a quick one, really. Number 10 says that ambulance response times are unacceptable, with at no point suggesting who's to blame for it. That is that story. That's the thing. Like, I can go into the depths of the reasons that it's happening, the wait times, which is like average 12 hours people are having to wait. But the truth is that you've got a government there who are saying that it's acceptable, and at no point going, fuck, maybe it was us. Because they're not going to admit it, are they? They're never going to take any responsibility for any of their actions, because we're run by people who don't take responsibility. This whole fucking world is seemingly of the same concept of not taking responsibility for your fucking actions. The head of the Met said that it's crazy that he couldn't sack toxic officers who have broken the law. You've got 150 officers in the Met are under investigation over sexual misconduct or racism. Continue with the bad apples that seemingly have ruined the pie. Even if the Met have sacked officers, there are legal bodies who can still save them. So you're at a point where even the head of the Met can't sack people who should be gone. I'd need to do more research in it to see if there are unions, because normally with that type of protection it tends to come more from unions making it hard to sack people. That's not me shitting on unions. Unions are fine, just no one should have absolute power, should they? It's ridiculous. We had it in the 70s with the unions, 80s where Thatcher destroyed the unions, and both sides were fucking wrong. There needs to be a nice little mixture between. What we also got, commercial property deals are at the lowest in more than a decade, with prices falling more than 15% since the summer. This is high interest rates, prospects of a lengthy recession, and the fallout from having Liz Truss near money. They're the reasons for that. It's as I've said in the past, when it comes to commercial property, you'd question why, if I'm only picking 5 stories, is that one of the 5 stories I want to bring attention to people? It's because the continuation of have to send everyone into the office that's pushed by rich people. This tends to be the reason, because commercial property is losing money, and people have money in commercial property, and they want to make sure that they aren't losing money. That's it. And with commercial property, Joe Blogs down the road, ain't no working class commercial property baron. So like, what, it's not your friend, your friend's fucking your mum's friend Val owns the Shard. It's money. It's rich people want to continue to control you. Do what you have to do, what they say, so they get money. That's it. Human Rights Watch has said that the UK could soon be on a list of countries that abuse rather than protect human rights. I, for one, surprised that we're not on there. I think that we've continually been attacking our rights and removing them for years. The government has been attacking human rights recently with its rollback of protections such as the right to assemble and protest. This is the protest laws, the police crime sentencing and courts bill. that came in and tried to stop people from protesting. There are a multitude of things that have happened over the years that have taken away our freedoms. Every time they bring in a new terrorist law, it tends to erode our freedoms. But the problem with things like human rights and democracy is they're such intangible ideas that don't exist. In reality, they do not exist. It's something that we created for the good, so that people could be treated kind of okay. But it's something that we created and only works if we allow it to. If we fight for it, if we allow it to continue, because there's no other animal in the fucking world. There isn't pissing badger rights. There isn't a group of fucking badgers who have written a constitution to say how everyone should be treated, how all badgers should be treated fairly. Even if that badger does have TB, you can't treat the fucking badger with TB differently to everyone else. The badger with TB should still be allowed to get a job. How dare you discriminate against that badger? No other fucking, no other animal in the world. It's us. Only us. Democracy, fucking justice, human rights, all of these ideas, kindness, they are so difficult, because they're not real, because you can't touch them, hold them, hug them, break them, as it were. Although you can break them, of course, that was a poor fucking choice. They tend to be ignored more. Oh, they're there. They're just there. Justice is just there. It's there. It's not. It's something that we have to continue to strengthen. Otherwise, it goes. Finally, a drop in support for leaving the EU has fallen across the board. So support for leaving the EU has fallen across the board in the EU bloc. And they can thank us for it. There will be so few people who are currently looking at what we're doing and going, I tell you what, that's the fucking future, my friend. That's the way to go. That's how you get a good country. Slightly different, a quicker one. Hopefully it could be of interest. I'll probably go back to doing longer bits on particular stories tomorrow. So have a good one. Bye.